What if the greatest architectural mystery on planet Earth wasn't built to showcase human brilliance, but to serve as a permanent, undeniable warning from Allah to you, me, and every soul alive today? Scientists can analyze the stones, they can map out the hidden chambers, but they are completely blind to the terrifying secret trapped inside those walls. Assalamu alaikum wa rahmatullahi wa barakatuh. Welcome back to the channel, my dear brothers and sisters. Today we are diving deep into a topic that has left modern historians, engineers, and archaeologists completely baffled for centuries: the Great Pyramids of Egypt. We look at them on our screens and think of them as simple ancient tombs or tourist attractions. But if you truly look closer and stay with me until the very end of this video, you will discover a profound reality. We are going to uncover a hidden, divine message woven into the very existence of these massive structures. A message that the Quran revealed over 4,100 years ago, exposing a truth that modern science is only just beginning to realize. Trust me, what you learn today will completely shift how you view worldly power, success, and the ultimate reality of your own soul. Let's begin by looking at what modern science simply cannot explain about how these structures were built. Think about the scale here. The Great Pyramid of Giza is made of roughly 2.3 million stone blocks. Some of these individual stones weigh up to 80 tons. To put that into perspective, that is heavier than a modern commercial airliner. Archaeologists tell us these were carved out of quarries using primitive copper chisels, dragged across miles of burning desert sand, and lifted hundreds of feet into the air with ropes and wooden ramps. But mathematically and engineering-wise, it doesn't add up. The precision is astonishing. The pyramid is aligned to true north with an error margin of just a fraction of a single degree. If you try to recreate that today, even with our advanced satellite technology, GPS systems, and laser-guided cranes, engineers admit it would be a logistical nightmare. And here's the part most people miss. Who actually built them? For generations, mainstream history claimed they were built by the pharaoh of Prophet Musa's time, Ramses II. But modern excavations and carbon dating have proven that the major Giza pyramids were built dynamic centuries before Ramses II even walked the earth. They belong to an older, highly advanced era of the Egyptian kingdom. The architecture was vastly superior to anything that came after it. It is as if an ancient civilization possessed advanced knowledge that completely vanished from the face of the earth. This leaves secular science in a corner, scratching their heads, inventing wild theories about aliens or lost technologies. But as Muslims, we don't need to guess. The answers are preserved beautifully in the words of our Creator. Allah tells us clearly in Surah Ghafir, Ayah 82, "Have they not traveled through the land and observed how was the end of those before them? They were more numerous than them and mightier in strength and in terms of impressions in the land, but they were not availed by what they used to earn." Quran 21:82. Allah explicitly states that nations before us were mightier in strength and left far greater physical impacts on the earth than we ever could. The pyramids aren't a historical anomaly, they are a direct confirmation of the Quranic narrative. Now, let's look at one of the most incredible, jaw-dropping alignments between modern science and the Holy Quran. For centuries, people assumed the pyramids were built entirely by cutting and hauling massive natural limestone blocks. But a few decades ago, material scientists and chemical engineers began analyzing the microscopic structure of these stones. What they found completely shocked the scientific community. A prominent French materials scientist discovered that several of the higher, inner stones were not natural limestone at all. Instead, they showed signs of being geopolymers, essentially an ancient form of concrete. The workers had mixed limestone slurry, clay, water, and lime, poured it into wooden molds, and used intense heat to bake them into solid stone-like structures right up on the pyramid itself. When this study came out, the secular world treated it as a brand new, revolutionary scientific discovery. But wait, there's one more point that completely changed how I see this. If you open the Quran to Surah Al-Qasas, look at what Allah tells us about Pharaoh's commands to his chief architect Haman. Pharaoh wanted to build a tower to reach the sky. And listen to the exact technology he tells Haman to use, and Pharaoh said, "O eminent ones, I have not known for you any god other than me. So kindle for me, O Haman, upon the clay, and make for me a tower that I may look at the God of Moses. And indeed, I think he is of the liars." Quran 28:38. Look at the divine precision of the wording, "Kindle for me a fire upon the clay." Allah revealed the exact chemical process of baking clay and limestone components using fire to create massive stone monuments, over 1400 years before microscopes and chemical analysis confirmed it. How could an unlettered prophet in the middle of the Arabian desert have known that the ancient Egyptians used baked clay formulas to build their monumental structures? He couldn't have. It is nothing less than the divine, absolute speech of Allah. If you've ever felt overwhelmed by the flashing lights of this modern world, the constant pressure to accumulate wealth, build a massive career, or buy a bigger house, this next part is for you. Let's pull back the curtain and talk about the real secret inside those pyramids. The tourists don't see it, and secular scientists completely look past it. The true secret isn't a hidden room of gold, a mummy, or an ancient map. The true secret is the profound emptiness of the structures. Think about the psychology of the pharaohs. These men were the absolute dictators of their time. They possessed unimaginable wealth, armies that conquered nations, and resources that could alter the landscape of the earth. They were so corrupted by their own worldly power that they looked at their subjects and proclaimed, "I am your Lord, the Most High." They built these monumental pyramids to immortalize their names. They truly believed that with enough stone, enough engineering marvels, and enough gold buried with them, they could conquer death itself. They wanted to build a permanent home in this dunya. But walk inside the Great Pyramid today. What do you find? Cold, dark, empty stone chambers. The gold is gone. The treasures were looted, the bodies crumbled to dust or are displayed in cold glass museum cases for tourists to stare at. All that concrete, all those millions of hours of slave labor, all that unmatched mathematical genius, and it couldn't protect them from a single breath of the angel of death. It couldn't save them from the ultimate reality of standing before the true Lord of the universe. I'm going to share something most Islamic channels never talk about when it comes to history. We often look at ancient ruins with a sense of wonder and romanticism. We take selfies in front of them. But in Islam, ruins are not meant to be places of simple entertainment. They are places of ibra, deep, sobering spiritual reflection. Our beloved Prophet Muhammad, peace and blessings be upon him, taught us how to carry ourselves when passing through the remnants of destroyed or past civilizations who disobeyed Allah. In a verified narration found in Sahih al-Bukhari, when the Prophet was passing through the valley of Al-Hijr, the sown ruins of the people of the Muslim, he covered his head, quickened his pace, and told his companions, "Do not enter the ruins of those who regularly wrong themselves, unless you are weeping, lest there should befall you what befell them." Sahih al-Bukhari 3381. The pyramids stand today as a massive, silent billboard built into the desert landscape. And that billboard screams a single message to humanity: this world is an illusion. If power, wealth, and engineering could save a soul from the judgment of Allah, Pharaoh would have been the most secure man in history. Yet, he is remembered as one of the ultimate failures. My dear brothers and sisters, let's bring this message home to our daily lives. It is easy to look at Pharaoh and think, well, I'm not a tyrant, I don't build pyramids, so this doesn't apply to me. But the truth is, many of us build mini pyramids in our own lives every single day. When we delay our salah because we are chasing a business deal, we are choosing the stone over the Creator. When we mistreat people or look down on others because of our social status, our degrees, or our wealth, we are carrying a small piece of that arrogant pharaonic mentality in our hearts. We live in a culture that worships legacy. People want their names on buildings, thousands of followers on social media, and bank accounts that outlive them. But the reality of life is beautifully summarized in Surah Yunus. Allah speaks directly about the moment Pharaoh was drowning in the Red Sea, realizing his structures, his army, and his status couldn't save him. In that final desperate second, he tried to repent, but it was too late. Allah tells us, "So today, we will save you in your body that you may be to those who succeed you a sign." And indeed, many among the people of our signs are heedless. Allah 1092. Think about that. Pharaoh's physical body was preserved as a sign. The pyramids were preserved as a sign. Why? So that you and I would look at them and wake up from our spiritual slumber. No matter how strong your body is today, it will eventually enter the soil. No matter how much money is in your account, you will leave this earth wrapped in 3 simple pieces of white cloth, carrying absolutely nothing with you except your deeds. Did you pray your Fajr? Were you kind to your parents? Did you earn your wealth through halal means? That is the only currency that matters where Pharaoh has gone, and where we are all going. If this video shook your heart and reminded you of what truly matters, please take a moment to hit the like button. It helps the YouTube algorithm push this Islamic reminder to other Muslims who might desperately need to hear it today. Don't forget to subscribe to the channel and turn on the notification bell so you never miss our upcoming deep dives. And do an act of Sadaqah Jariyah right now. Share this video with just one person, a friend or a family member, to remind them of the true purpose of this life. Let us make a sincere dua together. Ya Allah, do not let us become attached to the temporary illusions of this dunya. Ya Allah, cleanse our hearts from even an atom's weight of arrogance, pride, or self-delusion. Make our best days the day we meet you, and allow our final words in this life to be La ilaha illallah. Thank you so much for watching until the very end. Until next time, Assalamu alaikum wa rahmatullahi wa barakatuh.